Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about paintbrushes. So everybody has a preference on what they like for their paintbrushes. So you see a lot of talk about how Sable's considered the ultimate. Synthetics definitely very greatly depending on the manufacturer and I think what they're trying to achieve with it and that kind of thing. So, but something that I don't see a lot of people talk about is the fact that a size 8 is not always a size 8. It's kind of like buying women's jeans. They say size 8, but as you can see, all of these here are a size 8, and they all are shaped very differently. They're all a different size. So you really have to go with what you want in a brush. So for me personally, I would rather have less water holding capabilities and more snap, and I also prefer a point. So I've talked about these Artify brushes before. These are the ones that I started with. They came in a pack, multiple rounds and like a flat and stuff. I think it was a package of like 8 brushes total or something. So honestly, for me, this brush has been great because it's got a lot of snap to it. It keeps its point really well. Like I said, the water holding capabilities are a little less important to me. And then I have tried all of these brushes. A lot of them recommendations from other artists. I know this big 8 silver here, this black velvet silver size 8. A lot of people talk about it. It's okay. It's a little more pointy than some of the others. It's a little too soft for me. The snap isn't quite what I like. It's not a bad brush or anything. It's just not my preference. The Polar Flow, which may actually be exclusive to Jerry's, I'm not sure. The Polar Flow, again, it's not a bad brush. It's got a little more snap to it. The point isn't quite as sharp as I would like. I'll be honest, the biggest issue I have with the Polar Flow brushes in general are the white bristles. I have found I really don't like the white bristles. They stain, and then when you're trying to use other colors, it just kind of throws off the paint color for me. So I just don't care for the white bristles. But otherwise, I mean, the quality of brush isn't bad or anything like that. I have a couple of different Princetons here. One is the Velvetouch, one is the Neptune. I think the Neptunes are supposed to be like the best of the best kind of thing. Honestly, again, this brush, you can see the point's not great. It's very bushy. It's just not, the snap's okay. It's mediocre. I'm not a huge fan. These Beste brushes here, I actually liked everything until I got to the 8. The 4, the 6, that kind of thing, I actually use those quite a bit. I feel like the snap's a little better and the point's a little better. Again, this is not a bad brush, and I used this quite a bit when I was getting started. And then I have this, let's see, the Princeton. This is the Velvetouch. And this is, I believe, called the Round Pointed or something. And out of all of them, I mean, this one and the Artify brush are probably my go-tos. They're snappy for the most part, and they've got just a nice point on them. So I don't like to have to swap brushes around a whole lot. That's just my preference. But as you can see, even though these are all size 8 brushes, they're all very different brushes. And sometimes people don't talk about that. They'll tell you, oh, you just need a size 8 brush. Okay, well, maybe, but that's, that's like saying you need a dress. Okay, well, what kind of dress? So just know that they do vary. You're going to find that you have your own preference with what you want and what you like and for your style. And that is wonderful. I have not used any Sable brushes. I do have this, I think, which one is it? I think it's this one. This Mimick Kolinsky that I actually like a good bit. I really like the snap on this one. I wish the point was just a hair sharper. But I've got a couple of these Mimick Kolinsky brushes, and I actually like them a fair bit. I kind of have an issue. ethically, I guess, on the sable brushes, so I have not gotten any of them. They also tend to lean a little expensive for me, though there are a few companies like Rosemary and Company that have supposedly very, very good brushes, handmade brushes, and even their sable is pretty reasonably priced. So like I said, just know that just because it says size 8, there's a lot of factors that play into this, and you may find that you like a brand more than others. You may be like me, where you have a bunch of different brands, and then you can get into stuff like these quill brushes. These actually came from Rebel Unicorn Crafts, so this is technically a size 1, which in my head would not be the same. It's a hair smaller than these size 8s. It's probably about an average of a regular size 6 round brush. So like I said, just, there's a lot of differences. Find what you like and what works for you. If you want something that really holds a lot of water and that's your priority, then find the brush that does that. If you're like me and you prefer something that's a little more pointed or that has more snap, then find that brush. I did get sucked in kind of at the beginning, I think, of having, you need better brushes, or you need this. But I'll be honest, this Artify brush is still, like I said, this size 8 brush is great for me. I still love this brush. So, you know what? If you find a brush that you like and it works for you, even if it's inexpensive or it's not considered, the best of the best or whatever, if that's the brush you like and that's what works for you, then stick with it. There's no need to get a bunch of other brushes that may or may not do what you need them to do. So, find some brushes, give them a go. You can always look at recommendations. Once you get an idea of what your preferences are, like how snappy you like it, how much water it holds, that kind of thing, then you can really narrow down like the brands that you like and the shapes that you like as well. I know it gets really confusing across the board with all the different kinds and the different considerations, and I think until you've used a few and even found a few that you didn't like and why you didn't like them, really settling in on one or another can be difficult. So I just wanted to do this quick little overview and make sure everybody kind of understood that, a size 8 brush isn't just a size 8 brush. As you can see, they can vary widely. The shapes vary widely. The snap, the water capabilities, those kinds of things, those are all going to vary greatly. You find a brand you like, then that's what you like, and there's nothing wrong with that. So enjoy painting, and I hope that you take a moment to embrace your creativity today and go from there.